guys. Welcome back and a happy Sunday to you all. The weekend is nearly over, but fear not, because next week is full of trade ideas. We have got silver sells, long-term Bitcoin buys, Forex currency trades. So and some agriculturals as well. I'm looking at shorting coffee as well, guys. So we have got a fair bit to cover today. Well, this evening. So as always, we will get into Forex Factory and we'll see what the rundown is for the news next week. It is bank holiday tomorrow in America and in Canada. So tomorrow might be a bit of a slow day. Tuesday, it's NFP next week as well, guys. But yeah, Tuesday, not much. Wednesday, AUD. So my AUD New Zealand dollar trade will be impacted in the early hours of Wednesday. USD news again Wednesday. So there is a lot of news this week. Like there really is a lot of news this week. But I don't think it's not as bad as what it looks. Basically, there's a lot of chilled out news. Obviously, NFP is Friday, so yeah. Next week's pretty cool. We got NFP coming up, and we've got a lot to get through. So let's jump straight in on silver, guys. Right. So I've marked this up. This is the weekly, right? And I'm looking at silver from a weekly perspective of supply. And yeah, so weekly supply and demand they can come in all different shapes and sizes, and this is quite a big old zone. I mean, could refine it. We're in it anyway, so we are in the zone anyway. And yeah, I could probably refine it up to this level, perhaps, maybe. But I mean, yeah, let's have a look at the 4 hour of this actually. Whilst we're here, just see if we can get any refinements. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, come on. Is it even going over? Where's my chart? Oh, don't do this. Oh, guys, this happens all the time. So if I click on the 4 hour now, yep, back. Ah, that's why, yep. I got to get a premium plan here because this does me a kipper every time. I think we're going to be able to. What I'm trying to explain to you guys is I think we could refine our entries a little bit more, perhaps up around here. So the trade idea of silver is this. And yeah, if you want to be, you can put your stop loss above the supply up there, but I'm going to manage this one quite well and have a sensible lot size. I'm going to manage my risk sensible with this because this could go one of two ways. From a weekly perspective, we're coming up to this supply with a lot of weekly force. So, and how last week's weekly candle closed on silver with a wick to the bottom and very, very bullish to the upside, there is going to be a little bit of follow through for next week's candle. So I think that's when we're going to jump on the bandwagon to sell silver, guys. We're going to wait for the weekly candle to create a top wick and get in on the 4 hour and get into a sell position. So I'll update people in my group as we go with this. Really, I mean, the market could open with a gap tonight. We've got a gap down here that we need to fill anyway. So I think the safer plays, guys, would be to wait for your entry up here, and you've got some pretty decent targets if you break these lows. Pretty good targets. So silver shorts, guys, is looking groovy. and this could be a good trade. It's got a lot of potential, guys. It's got a lot of potential. I'm just a bit dubious about the power of these candles and coming up into this supply. I mean, powerful candles coming into supply or demand is good anyway. Like the arrival of the price coming in is good. So it is good. We just want a bit more of a top wick and then sell. So that, guys, is silver. Crude oil, still waiting. Let's just get straight onto Bitcoin. BTC USD. Right, guys. So Bitcoin. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Bitcoin. So these are my idea is this. We're taking long positions off of this demand to hold and see where we go. Really, it's one of them with Bitcoin. You're catching Bitcoin up in a very good price area here. In terms of where we are, like we're basically having a retest. So like I do levels like this as well. So we're basically like support and resistance level, I suppose you could call it. We're sort of just retesting these areas for what I could imagine would be a continuation to the upside, in all honesty, because I'm pretty sure that this demand that we have got marked here, let's get into it. Pretty sure this daily demand here, I'm pretty sure it's weekly as well. Yeah, it is weekly as well. And we haven't really breached the weekly, so the weekly one basically starts down here. Well, finishes down there, sorry. So we're still groovy, really. And it's nice that we're having a bit of a rejection on this weekly candle on Bitcoin. So again, we're going to have to we'll wait and see for next week's next week's candle to create a bottom wick and then jump in on the long-term Bitcoin buys, guys. That is all there is to it. Plan the trade and execute. As simple as that. So I think looking at this price action on the 4 hour and the new weekly candle on Bitcoin starting in 3.5 hours, 3 hours ish, give or take, I think we could get another drop down potentially to this sort of area before then we continue going up. You basically, the drop down, it could go further, but you don't really want to break these wicks too much. You start breaking these wicks here and then you're going to be going down and getting taken out with a stop loss. But in terms of a risk to reward trade, guys, this is a very, very healthy trade. Like a lot of the trades that we will talk about are very healthy trades anyway. But in terms of a nice trade, in layman's terms, this is what you're risking. So, you're risking £300 for argument's sake to gain 5,000, 6,000 or whatever. Yeah, so you're risking 300 to gain a few thousand. So, and that's a very profitable trade. I mean, this is what's this? So basically, if we put our price up to here, like our take profit up to here, that is a 9-to-1 risk to reward ratio, guys. Nearly a 10R risk to reward ratio. It's a pretty good trade. And when like Bitcoin, when Bitcoin gets trending, it trends. But obviously, it's being hindered by the Federal Reserve and court cases and all sorts at the minute. So it's one of them that there is no reason to not take this trade, guys. That like this is supply and demand. There is no reason to not take this trade. You can take this trade, and if you get taken out the trade, so be it. But everything is pointed in the right area. I speak about probabilities, and you're putting yourself on the right side of the market to be in the best possible position to be on the right side of the market, and that's what you're doing with this demand. You know, people will be buying here at these lows. People will be buying here. People will be buying here, but they don't really know where the demand and the supply is because they just don't know. They think they know, but they don't. When you know where the real demand and supply is, it's very, very important, guys. Very important. And you know, as I said, there is nothing wrong with this trade. It's a very, very good trade idea, and it's got a lot of potential. So just be sensible with it, guys. Manage your risk on Bitcoin. If you wish to take Bitcoin, just manage your risk accordingly and take the trade. Have a stop loss in place. Do not move that stop loss. Get into profit. If you're over, if you're a 1-to-1, then just put a trading stop on. So you got a trading stop loss just following your position. And if it gets a bit too spicy and whips down, you got a trading stop. So it's a win-win, guys. But there's Bitcoin for you. There's the Bitcoin idea. This has got a lot of beans behind it, and I think this could do really well. We did really just talk about crude oil. Crude oil still waiting. Natural gas, no. Silver, yes, I like silver a lot. So palladium, guys. Palladium, we could people have shorted from this supply. With palladium, what we could now do is, I don't know what that is there for. Oh, that's a gap. That's why that's there. That's a gap. Well, there we go. There's the next trade idea. So next week we'll see how palladium ticks on down to fill this gap, and we are going to be sitting down here looking pretty, ready to buy it again. Well, buy it back up, basically, just like that. Whippity boo. Put that there. Let's get some demand marked up. It's not very prominent. I mean, to be honest, there's a gap here, so I would say this is definitely demand. That's demand there because I know there is a gap. If there wasn't a gap there, that is just a clean breakout candle. That is money talking in that candle there, is what I'm saying. So we are basically heading back into demand where there is a gap to fill. So it just makes sense to be sensible and buy it back up, probably to this supply and beyond, if I'm honest with you. And again, look, that's a 16-hour trade, guys. 16-hour trade. Just risk sensible. Don't go account flipping. Put sensible money down and just hold it. Like, this is our first chance at the trade, basically. This would be our first chance at the trade. If it doesn't work, so be it. It's taking us out here to gain here. Where's our next demand? Our next good demand is here, and it is, untouched. It is, for the perfectionists out there, hang on a minute. So the wider version's touched. The preferred version's not been touched. So we got a level on top of a level. Obviously, what people can do, people can just combine these two levels into one. And what I mean by combine these two levels into one is instead of having your stop loss here, you're still waiting for your entry here. So you're waiting for your entry here. This is just for the first level, but then combining the two, you'll be taking your stop loss down to there. But then what some people do, they'll just put it just below that one, or it's just whatever you're comfortable risking, guys. It's whatever you're comfortable with risking. So palladium longs next week should be coming into play. Platinum, pretty sure we got some longs. No. Shorts. I don't like this. I don't like all of this. I'll be completely honest. I don't like the look of that. That just screams mess, and I don't know what way I want to go. In all honesty, it's just wick up, wick down, wick up, wick down, wick up, wick down. Price is comfortable where it's to. It doesn't really want to leave the area, but it's just a mess. And I would rather just not get involved with messes like this, to be honest. I mean, what I say about these scenarios, staircase scenario, price is struggling, and then all of a sudden we are going to get a powerful candle either to the upside or to the downside. And that, if we get a powerful candle over the next day or so that goes up into here, into this supply, then you could be talking a short. But if price, you need a good clean candle up hitting up into this supply for it to be a sensible entry for a short position here, guys. So if we if we dance around and if we dance around and just do this all the way up there, then stay away from it, guys. You want the cleaner arrow opposed to all of that stuff, because that is the staircase continuing, and then you're waiting for the powerful candle. You're waiting for Meatboy to have his counter Red Bull and then sprint up the staircase. So platinum, guys, is on the cards. Platinum is on the cards for sure. Yeah, and sort of makes sense as well. Looking at it from a weekly perspective, it does make sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, for sure. But again, I suppose we're on the weekly and we've had a pullback. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Look at all this rubbish down here. I'll keep an eye on it, guys. But platinum, potential short ideas. We'll see what the price action is like when we get close to supply. Right. The US dollar needs to seriously get out of this. Obviously, guys, we've got NFP next week. We've got a few days of red US dollar news. Tomorrow is bank holiday in America as well, and Canada. So, in my experience, I can't really imagine the USD pairs are going to move a significant amount tomorrow. But I could be wrong. So it's just something to monitor, basically. It's something to be aware of. On bank holidays, prices do relax for obvious reasons. So the US dollar, guys, it's just being a pain in the ass, and we're just waiting for it to just break out of this flipping consolidation in this range that it's comfortable in. So we'll just we'll leave that for now. The Swiss franc. So I've got a massive head and shoulders drawn that I drew a few weeks ago, and I'm very interested. I do genuinely think the Swiss franc is going to drop like I've drawn my head and shoulders. I really, really do. Like, the consolidation it's doing is doing me some favors at the moment because it's still creating the right shoulder. But I do think that we're going to have a bit more dancing around, and then we're going to start getting to some momentum to the downside. And then we could then start talking about New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc long ideas again. So, guys, next week we've got a lot of trade ideas on the horizon. I said it Friday. I said we got a lot to speak about. Yeah, New Zealand dollar, the Mexican peso. So again, I've just drawn it. It's in this consolidation, guys. I don't really want to waste your time. Japanese yen. Don't want to waste your time. Euro, we will just stick to Euro USD. So it's just easier because the Euro and Euro USD chart is pretty, it's there or thereabouts. Okay, Canadian dollar. And obviously, interesting enough, Canadian dollar, where is Monday? Monday. Yeah, there's bank holiday. So I don't think, no, there's no Canadian dollar news until Friday. Nah. not red news till Friday. Yeah, fair. All right, cool. Well, what I'm basically trying to get at is we're moving. We are moving. We're coming up into daily supply now. So it's not the best supply, to be honest. It isn't the best supply, but it is supply. It's a roadblock, it's a hurdle. It's an obstacle for sure. And we are here right now. And oh, see that gap? So there's a gap there, guys. There is a gap. So yeah, we could get a reaction. So we could get a bit of Canadian. I'm thinking, yeah, we could get some Canadian dollar weakness coming up now, for a couple of days to NFP basically on Friday. And yeah, Canadian dollar, guys. So like USD, CAD trades, anything like that. Want to just see how the price prints throughout the week building up to NFP, to then that will then tell me what the true direction of the price is. I think, well, we've got a gap here, haven't we? So we'll just highlight this gap. We've highlighted that gap now, so we will just, I mean, we're going to fill it. I can't imagine we're just going to flip and just fill it and go back up. I feel like we're going to do some dancing, dwindle down, fill that, and then we're probably going to, it's probably going to be sort of like this, really. Come down. And then what price will do, it'll probably park itself up around this area. It'll probably park itself up around this area, ready for Friday. So it's in the middle of no man's land. We're far from supply. We're far from demand. We're in no man's land. And that's what I think the Canadian dollar is going to do, and then NFP will come in, and then that will be then the direction. We'll see the direction. So the Canadian dollar is something to be keeping an eye on. We haven't really kept an eye on the Canadian dollar before, to be honest. This is the first time for everything. That British pound. Good bullish momentum coming up off Friday's daily there. Get rid of that. That's still a gap. Still not filled that gap, has it? And we're still dancing. So no man's land. Supply, demand, no man's land. Let's give him the zone of no man's land. Right there. And what I mean by no man's land consolidation, guys, I mean, yeah, they're tradable ranges, but you need to know your stuff to be able to trade in them, because you could get stung quite hard. And I don't recommend it because it's not nice. So 4 hour, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like it's ready to just break out now to the upside. That's what it seems like. And yeah, I reckon we're going to have some strength coming on the pound, on the British pound, guys. The Australian dollar, some very nice strength coming now. We've got a lot of demand. So look at this. This is really good, really interesting. So obviously this is real big demand, isn't it? We've come in multiple times now, and we're coming out of it. I would expect now this to just continue going up for the Australian dollar. So I would expect the Australian dollar to keep gaining some strength now, which is good. And as we're on our way out, we are creating demand as we go as well, which is always good to see. Right there. So strength on the Australian dollar, guys, to come. Euro USD. Right. So the Euro USD, probably one of the most traded pairs on the planet, to be honest. Guys, I'm not going to bore you with it too much. Don't want to bore myself with it, because look, it's the same. It's governed by the US dollar, so it's the same sort of picture we are still just stuck in the middle of nowhere. And we're waiting for a catalyst like NFP for Friday to get us out of this consolidation. So this week on some Forex pairs, guys, it could just be a lot of strictly come dancing, to be completely honest with you. It'll just be a lot of just dancing sideways, not doing a lot. And other markets will move better than the FX this week because obviously it's consolidating still. So that's that. Euro, Japanese yen, still consolidating. What's this? British pound, Swiss franc. Yeah, it's my original pullback area. It's rejecting that. Could get some re-entries on British pound, Swiss franc trade again, you know, guys. Which I'm thinking about doing. Looking at this, you know. So we're sort of having nearly a reaction off of the new demand that it created on the way up the other week. So yeah, we do have demand here, which it is tapped just, but you know, I can't imagine it's going to just tap that and now continue going. I reckon let's get into the 4 hour. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys. I had to pause it quickly. Yeah, I can't really remember what I was talking about, but basically we're creating new 4 hourly demand. So that's that there. We need to see a bit more of a cleaner move to the upside here for me to say that this. I'd be happy that this is new 4 hour demand. But for the possible re-entries, guys, we'll get deep into this zone. We'll get deep into this zone and we'll go from there. So it'll be, let's get rid of the green box behind us because it's quite off-putting, isn't it? Yeah, where are we? Yeah, I mean, yeah, just you know, something like this, guys, something sensible. Do you know what I mean? Something sensible. You can still have your stop loss there, nice and sensible. And even if you just target these highs, it's a 5 to 1, 6 to 1 risk to reward. We've got a nine risk to reward ratio. We got a 15-1, a 10-1, and now a 6 to 1. That's 4, 5, 6 different trade ideas. Well, we've still got more to come with some good potential coming, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's looking good. So this is what I'm seeing on the British pound Swiss franc. All right, keep an eye on this one. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. Yeah. Yeah. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. Yeah, guys, do not do anything with this. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. I said we're coming up into this supply. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Right, now this is what I'm interested in. I am interested, but the trouble is it's slow in it. I forgot about that. I'm interested in giving out the trade idea, guys, but I don't know if I'm going to trade it again because it is painfully slow. Basically, the trade idea I'd be looking at for re-entries on this, if people are interested. Again, not financial advice, just my own personal opinion. Getting on this demand here, something nice and sensible. And again, even if you just target that, that's 3 to 1 risk to reward. So New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, guys, potential idea, which we will keep an eye on. Hang on. There it is. This is the one I'm still in Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar shorts. I am in this one and it's starting to go nice now. It's starting to go very nice. What's the daily looking like? Let's get rid of these arrows. padlock that, and there we go. There we go. Yeah, how we've rejected this supply now, guys, is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, look at that rejection, follow through. I would expect tonight's daily to continue breaking this low now. I think we're in the right side of the market now, guys. I do think this is going to continue going down. And my target is basically, yeah, going down to this demand, and I will basically evaluate the situation when we get down to it. I'll evaluate it. Hang on, put that there. I will evaluate the situation, and that is what I'm looking for when we get down to it. So double bubble basically is just what we like. So that is my foreseeable future plan for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, guys. Obviously, yeah, we could just, not do that at all and just continue going up and it takes you out, but hey ho. The trade idea is sound. It's a brilliant trade idea. If you get taken out, you get taken out. It is what it is. It's part of trading, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Hang on. Let's go. Coffee. That's cocoa. Right, coffee, guys. Now, coffee is an interesting one. You'll have to look at this properly. So we're coming up to weekly and daily supply, guys, at pretty much all-time highs. Interesting. It's good that we've got weekly and daily supply up here. Very, very important. So you've got weekly supply, which we're in now. It's quite big. Very big weekly supply. So you would expect some rejections. So we're getting on to the daily. And yeah, we've got supply there. Supply there. We got supply everywhere, guys. Flipping out. What one do you pick? It's like doing a lottery ticket, doing an accumulator for football or something. Yeah, there's a lot of supply up there, guys. To be honest, so the difficult part now, you say, is how do we time this? And yeah, how do we time this? So simply just watch price. Just watch the price. Set some alarms. Watch the price. The fact that I've now gone into the 4 hour and I've seen that we've broken this supply, this is now invalid supply. So we can disregard this, and this narrows down our decision making a little bit more now. So, well, hang on. Yeah, we're in bigger overall supply, nearly breached. In all honesty, guys, for coffee, I think we could get a little bit more of a push up to here and then drop. So the coffee short idea that I've got, guys, is this. All the way down. That is the coffee sell idea. And it looks to have a lot of good potential, guys. Definitely. And there's probably some gaps down there in places. Yes, there is. I've just seen a gap as well. Even better. Look at that. There's your target. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look at this on the 4 hour. I'm going to set some alarms now. Set an alarm, and I'll see the price action. I might even take a short sort of here. Yeah. I'm happy with coffee, guys. I like these potential shorts for coffee. We've been bullish for 2-3 weeks now, 4 weeks, 2-3 weeks. So we do need a pullback. and I think next week we're going to get that pullback. So happy days, guys. Coffee, I am going to be selling as well. So many ideas. I need to write them down. So many ideas. Oat. Leave oats. Oh, look at corn. So corn's going well, guys. Have no fear. We're creating targets for the way back down of all these gaps. Lovely. Wheat. Still going nice. Yeah. Guys, you know what? That's pretty much it, really. Stocks. Apple. Yeah, I want to get an Apple longs. So I want price to hurry up and dwindle down, please. I would like to get into some longs. I am in Heinz, longs, Amazon, and Walmart. I'm in buy positions on stocks there at the moment, which is going all right. Oh, and Liberty Corporation. So that's going all right. So the long and short of it is, guys, is next week is jam packed full of trade opportunities. We've got a lot of opportunities next week, and if we're patient and we stick to our discipline, next week could be a very, very good week. Even if we have some losers next week, guys, we just use it as a tool, and we just, how could we learn by it? And that's just the approach that you've got to have. So, yeah, pretty excited for next week. See how the market opens up this evening, and we will go from there. I hope you all picked up a few things in today's analysis, and yeah, I just hope things all work out on the ideas, basically. So we'll go from there. And on that note, guys, I hope you have a good week, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.